It's time for a September reset. You guys already know the drill. We should just hop right in. Hi, my name is Zoe. I'm 23 and I'm just trying to figure out life in my 20s. So if that sounds interesting to you, then make sure to subscribe for more of my videos. This month and the next couple of months are definitely going to be a new chapter. So the quote that I chose is, "And suddenly, you know, it's time to start something new and trust the magic of new beginnings." You can see a little bit of a theme of something that's very important that's happening this month with the look and the cover of my goal setting page for this month, because I am doing my first triathlon, but more on that later. So as per usual, we will start with setting my goals. I didn't do a reset the past couple of months, which honestly was much needed, but that does mean that I don't really have a ton to go through in terms of reflection. I also did take a look at my year-long goals that I set at the beginning of the year, and I just feel like a lot of them just aren't aligned with my priorities anymore. And you know, on some level, some people may say, oh, you're giving up, you're not following through on them. But if it's not fulfilling you, then you shouldn't be doing them, you know? So this is your reminder that you can change your goals. You don't have to rely on something that your past self said, because you should always be changing and growing towards your future self, and what that looks like may look different as you get older and you're trying to figure that kind of thing out. So anyway, let's do my September goals. Starting with my top 3 priorities, as I said, I'm doing a triathlon, so complete triathlon. Pretty big goal that I've definitely been working towards for a little while now, and if you want to see more of the training on that, I will be uploading videos, so make sure to stay tuned. My second big priority is I'm actually moving as well this month, so I would like the move to go smoothly. So move successfully. Then for my third priority, I really want to get back in with my YouTube. I miss it and I like my posting, and I just really feel like I have some good potential there. So my goal is going to be to post more content than I did this month. And that gives me an actionable number to go with. Next on the list is books to read. So I want to finish the book that I'm currently reading, which is The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. So normally I try to put the exact book that I want to read, but I'm going to write a couple down and maybe I'll read one of those, maybe I won't. I'm not really going to hold myself to it, because I feel like I've been in a little bit of a reading slump recently, and it's because I haven't really been reading books that I've been in the mood for. So I'm going to put a couple of books down as possibilities, but we'll see what we actually wind up going with. So first of all, start with Queen of Air and Darkness. That is the third book in the Dark Artifices series. That I reread the first 2 books earlier in the year, so I do want to read that third one, because that was the whole reason that I reread the first 2 books, so I don't want to be in the same cycle that I was in where I couldn't remember what happened. Another option is The Paris Apartment by Lucy Foley. To be honest, I feel like right at this second, I honestly wouldn't even pick either of those. I would probably pick some sort of romantic fantasy. What are they called? Romance? Why can I not remember what they're called? Romanticy? Is that what the word is now? I don't know. Then in terms of things that I need to do this month, I need to book some flights home for the holidays. I also would really like to potentially open my Roth IRA, which I know I've been saying for months, but I just need to do it. I need to set up all of the utilities and the parking for my apartment. And I'd really like to take myself to a dance class in the city at least once this month. In terms of business content stuff, I would like to upload at least 4 videos this month. And I also just want to establish some kind of consistency with the short form and kind of get into a groove that works for me there. I.e., I want to upload X amount every week. I think I did 11 and 12 posts for Instagram and TikTok last month, around that. So what is that, 3 posts a week? I'm gonna leave it at that. I do have some other goals that I have business-wise, mostly with my Etsy stuff, but I think that this month is not the month to do those. There's a lot going on. So this next part is going to be a slightly different thing than I have done before, but I am a data person. I love statistics. I love getting all of that information. And I thought it'd be fun for me to kind of start tracking like my total distances and stuff, especially with the triathlon that I'm doing, to kind of see how I progress month over month. So I actually asked Notion AI to make these little trackers for me. I'll probably play around with the format and making them look pretty later, but for now this works for me. So I'm just going to go through and add my statistics in for the month of August, which is what just happened. So let's start with swimming. I did 8 workouts, which is 5 hours, 45 minutes and 10 seconds. And that is equal to 12,665 meters. And I did look that up, that it's about 7.8 miles swam in the pool, which is kind of cool. Okay, so now we'll go on to cycling. So for cycling, I did 6 workouts, 4 hours, 39 minutes and 56 seconds. And that is 58.22 miles. And I did that at an average pace of 12.4 miles per hour. So now we'll go on to running. So running, I did 11 total runs for a time of 5 hours, 36 minutes and 1 second, and 32.27 miles, which is insane that that is how far I have run now. I am not a runner, so that is pretty huge for me. Then the last one that I wanted to put on this list is dance classes, and I'm just going to put the total number of hours. So that's 7 workouts, because I obviously don't have mileage for that, and that is 4 hours, 58 minutes and 22 seconds. And I think it'll be really cool to see how these kind of change over time. Monthly highlights is I set a new PR in the 5K, and I did my longest run ever. Okay, then for the other half of these statistics, I am going to be tracking my social media growth, especially because that is a goal of mine. So, and like I said, I think I'm going to rearrange these charts a little bit, but honestly, I don't have time right now. So that is for a different day. This works for now. So for YouTube subscribers, I have 1,053 of you guys. Watch hours in this past month was 103. And posts, I did 2 videos. But that was more than I have been doing recently, so I'm proud of that. TikTok followers, I have a good solid 55. I had 1248 likes. And I did 5 posts. Then Instagram followers, I have 226. And Instagram posts, I did 11. I was actually decent on my Instagram game this month. So the goal, like I said, is for next month to do more than that. Okay, let's talk about some of my favorite things from the month of August. Starting out, I have been absolutely loving my triathlon training. I am so excited for this triathlon. I think it's gonna be so much fun. I'm also really nervous, like don't get me wrong, but mostly excited. So one of the favorite purchases I made for the triathlon, which, because I made a lot of purchases, I was not expecting just how expensive this triathlon would be. But one of my favorite purchases was I actually bought a cycling kit, and I got it off of Amazon. It was pretty cheap. It's probably not like the highest quality, but whenever I was looking, some cycling kits were so expensive, and I got this full one for $60. So I was pretty happy with that. I got a pair of bib shorts, which are basically just cycling shorts, so they have a bunch of padding in the butt, and I also got a cycling jersey, so this just like zips up really nice and tight, so you're more aerodynamic or whatever. They are the Low Gas brand, I think is what they were called on Amazon. I will link them below, but definitely a very good purchase for a beginner. My next favorite has just been any time spent by a body of water. I did my first open water swim for the triathlon this month. Spent some time at the beach. I went to Chicago actually this month as well, and just like being by Lake Michigan, like all of those vibes are just like immaculate. They were perfect summer vibes, and I've just been loving the beach. And I'm usually not a big like water, like I'm not like a beach person normally, but this summer has just done something to me, and I'm just like, I want to spend all my time at the beach or just by water. One product as well that I have been loving is I bought this Stila eyeliner. This is the Stay All Day Smudge Stick Waterproof Eyeliner in the color Espresso, so it's like a brown one. And I've just really been liking like lining my waterline a little bit with this, and that's something different for me, and I like the way it looks on me. I think it looks nice, so this was a good purchase. This is a little bit of an impulse buy too, which I don't often do with makeup, but I was at Target in like their Ulta section, and I was like, maybe I'll give it a go. There are also a couple of podcasts that I have been loving listening to recently. The first one has kind of become a staple. I think I've talked about it before in another reset video, but that is Working Hard, Hardly Working by Grace Beverly. Her content is just so good. She has the most insightful conversations with her guests. All the guests that she has on are super accomplished people and really inspiring, and always have some really good things to say, and I feel like I just come away learning so much every time that I listen to her podcast. The other podcast that I've been listening to is actually the Morning Brew Daily Show. I have never really been one to keep up with like current events all that well, and I really like the way that they present the stuff in this one. It's definitely not like, it's more like business focused news, and I find that really interesting. So anyway, they just have like a really good banter type personalities, and they get along really well with each other, and so it just makes for a very fun show to get like information across that you maybe wouldn't think is always the most exciting. And of course, this would not be one of my videos if I don't include some kind of book review for the month. So this past month, I finished reading the book Morning Star by Pierce Brown, so I thought it'd be fun to give you guys a little review of the full Red Rising trilogy. So if you've not heard of this series, which I'm sure that you have, it's very popular, it's not like it's underground or anything, but it is so good. It might come across as a little bit intimidating. It is very political. It is quite an intense series, but it's good. And if you haven't heard about it, let me give you a rundown really quickly. So this trilogy follows our main character, Darrow, and he lives in a dystopian society where it is really rigidly split in this color system, and he is a lowly little red, and the world is ruled by golds. Darrow, as a red, he lives on Mars, and he basically thinks that he is helping to terraform the planet for future people to come to. What he doesn't realize is that they are actually enslaved down there and are just mining elements for the golds to use. So it's a very obviously corrupted system. Fueled by a desire for justice, revenge, Darrow is actually transformed into one of these golds and attempts to infiltrate their society from the inside. This series is a true roller coaster of emotions. There are so many twists and turns and unforeseen events, and it just kept me on my toes the whole time. In addition to that though, the writing is like really witty. It can be really funny at times. It really just takes you on through a lot of emotions. My favorite book in this series was probably the second one, Golden Sun. Oh my gosh, like parts of this book just came out of nowhere. I was not expecting them to go the way that they did, and it just had me so excited to read the next book, and just this series is so good. You have to try it.
Okay, this would not be complete without setting up my bullet journal for September, and it's actually time for me to set up a brand new journal because I ran out of room in my old journal. So here I am just showing you a couple of the pages that I really like that I set up prior to this month. I just found both of these on Pinterest that inspired me, and I just kind of copied them into my notebook, and I love the way that they came out. The rules, I feel like, are such good things to live by. Also, I apologize for the angle of how I filmed this. You're going to get a great view of the top of my head in parts of this, and I'm really sorry, but that's just how it goes sometimes. I forgot to check to make sure that it was at the optimum angle. Anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things I am looking forward to for September because I feel like there's just so much happening in these next few months and everything kind of starts to kick off in September. Obviously, I talked about the triathlon. I'm so stoked for that. I'm absolutely terrified as well, but mostly excited. I'm also moving, as I keep on mentioning as well, and I'm moving in with my boyfriend in an area that I'm so excited about. Like, I'm hopefully going to be so much closer to the city, get to do so much more walking around, and both of those things I'm just thrilled about. My dad is also coming to visit, which is always very nice. And I'm going to the Hamptons with my friends for a little beach getaway. So there's clearly a lot going on, and I just feel like the last few months have been very bleh. So the fact that things are really getting going, and basically, like I said, after September, things are going to be really chaotic and busy, but I feel like that's the like atmosphere that I thrive in. Like I feel like it's so much better whenever I'm busy because I make myself like do a lot more. Whenever I don't have a lot going on, I'm so much more like mellow and just like don't have a lot of motivation. So I'm so excited for these next few weeks and just to have some more time to hang out with friends and family. Plans that have been in the works for quite some time. I just know that they are going to be so, so nice. So, and that's my bullet journal.
Okay, you guys, I hope that you liked this video. If you did, then make sure to like and subscribe for more of my videos. And I will see you guys in the next one.